Yo, what up, Lemons? How we doing, dude? Tech, what's up? How we doing? Just getting all the streams fired up here, and then we'll be ready to roll. Alrighty, there we are. How's everybody doing today? Happy Tuesday, I think. Tuesday. Sounds right. What's everybody up to today? Trying to fix a NAS you bought off eBay? Nice. What's going on with it? All right, we're gloved up. What? This brand new glove has a freaking hole in it. All right, whatever. We'll use it. What a ripoff, man. Brand new glove. I just put it on. Crazy. Wrapping up 750 horsepower install into your truck. That sounds like a good way to wrap yourself around a tree. Maybe that's just me. I don't know. Anyways, let's get to working on this build. Today we've got the, this is a gamer PC, the Intel gamer PC. You can find this directly on my website. I did put the link into the description of the video on most of the platforms. But yeah, this is a pre-built option directly on my website. So we've got an i5 14400F. We've got a terabyte of storage, 32 gigs of RAM, an RTX 5060. Got a nice little air cooler. We actually upgraded the motherboard because the B760 motherboard that's on the website was not available at the moment, so we upgraded it to a Z790 board from MSI, and then we've got a 650 watt power supply. You need an actual ASUS Tor charger, but one I have working, so trying to figure out why it's not powering on. Interesting. I'm just saying, Lemons, if I had a truck with no weight in the back and 750 horsepower, bad things would probably happen, okay? I can't be trusted with that much power. So, I'll be honest. Why do you think I drove an old 68 that probably had 100 horsepower, and my Honda CR-V now probably has 110? It's not a lot. Maybe it's a little bit more than that, but it's not much. It is a stick though, so it's fun to drive. Okay, so that's what we've got in the build. Let's get to building. It's gonna be a nice quick build today. It's a nice easy system to install. So we're just gonna get into it, and maybe we'll chat for a while afterwards. Who knows? Who knows? Boom. MSI Pro Z790. Check my clips and highlights. Oh boy. I don't know how to do that while I'm live, but I will check later. Yo, what up, Renata? Matt, Hunter, Royal, thank you guys for joining in on the stream. Appreciate you guys. Mean Dean, what's up? Good to see you guys. You might have noticed I pretty much took all last week off of content and stuff. I was out of town. Had a work trip for my day job, not my fun job. And yeah, I didn't really have time to do any content, so my bad. What is that I'm packing? What do you mean? Me and my beer gut? We're building a PC, Renata, if that's what you're asking about. That's what we do here. We build PCs live on all the platforms. And by all, I mean like most of the platforms. There's definitely some platforms we don't exist on, but that's okay. All right. Worst stock cooler ever designed. Intel's RM1. Literal garbage. All right, Intel i5 14400F. Auto mod, yes, let's go. I love auto mod. Avalon, I am located in Idaho, in the great United States. All right, look how clean this IHS looks, so good, so fresh and new. All right, it's in there. Boom. You're 16. What does that have to do with anything? You play CS2, even that I have high FPS game is sluggish and goes like 60 hertz sometimes. So what could be the main issue? What do you have in your system? 23. All right. So we got our 14400F in. Let's put a 1 terabyte SSD in here. Thought you were packing something. Oh, no. Nope, we're unpacking things. We're unpacking things and building. How to put the processor in. You just put it in. Just like that. 9600X CL36000 and a 4060. And you're only getting 60 FPS? That's pretty low. And are you playing at 1080p? Big change, you're selling your Y70 Touch and switching to the Evolve. Oh, the Evolve. God, that is such a good looking case, man. Oh, the game feels like 60 hertz. What refresh rate is your monitor set to? Your monitor could be locked in at 60 hertz. Like when you update GPU drivers, sometimes it resets. I would make sure that your monitor isn't operating at 60 hertz. Enzo Semco, Jamie Jocelyn Arts, Unknown YouTube, My Fang, coming in with the subs. Thank you. Trying to start a company. Yeah, I mean, I think you can start a company at 16. I don't know. I don't know anything about that. What made you decide to make the switch, Mean? Yo, Emmanuel coming in with the sub. Thank you. I would double check it. If you've like updated anything, sometimes even like Windows updates, just go into your display settings and double check that it's running on its full speed. That would be the first thing I would check. What up, Devilman? Welcome in. Appreciate you joining the stream. I love the Y70. It's just so big. It is huge. That Evolve, I don't think is that big footprint-wise. I mean, it's tall, but from what I've seen, it doesn't look like it's actually that big. So it'd be pretty cool. Your change tastes or changes with the weather. Tastes change with the weather. That's what I meant to say. Dude, that's such a cool case, though. I mean, you know, if you got the money for it, do it. I can't wait to rebuild my stream PC. I've got the new power supply. I've got the new AIO. I've got the new case. I bought a new motherboard and the DDR5 RAM. So I'm gonna be rebuilding my stream PC real soon. Obviously, I won't be able to stream it because it's my stream PC, but we'll definitely record it and post a video on it because that thing's gonna look sweet. Yeah, I mean, I know I'm not saying you're a newbie, but like, it's still something worth checking. Like, if you haven't checked it recently, like, double check that first, just like a sanity check, and then we can like move on to other things, right? Okay, so we've got our 32 gigs of RAM, we've got a 1 terabyte SSD, and then we've got our 14400. Let's get our CPU cooler on here, huh? I just carved through the cardboard, but that's okay. Like, it's always best to verify the easy things first before you dig deeper, right? It's just the best way to go about diagnosis, you know? All right. What up, Mr. Redbeard? Dude, it's good to see you. I feel like it's still so far away, but I'm excited for Loot Fest this year, man. Okay, so you check that. How often should you replace an AIO? If you start hearing weird sounds from the pump, is usually a good sign that your AIO is going out. You know, make sure you replace your thermal paste. Like if you're seeing high temperatures, you know, replace your thermal paste first and see if that fixes them. If it doesn't, then it is probably likely that your pump is having issues and you might need to replace it. I mean, honestly, a good quality AIO you shouldn't have to replace for, like, you know, a few years minimum. Yo, what up, Rytech? How we doing, sir? Okay, I need these standoffs here. Rytech, you gaming tonight, bro? You gaming tonight? I'm gonna be working on this PC after I'm done, but you know, I could be down to clown a little bit. I use the term budget loosely, but anybody looking for a quality bang for the buck build should take note. What about graphics card name for the graphics card? Like, what graphics card are we using? We're using RTX 5060 in this build. RTX 5060. Dope. You think I should check with cap frame and run the game to see mostly the issue? Yeah, it's not a bad idea. Hold on. You could also do like run, use like OCCT or like CPU or Firmark or like Cinebench and just make sure everything's running properly. That wouldn't hurt either, to just kind of double check that everything's running like it should. I put this on sideways. I was like, this does not feel right. It's like something about what I'm doing here does not feel right. It's because I put this on sideways, you guys. Is the 4070 super good? Yes, it's still a great GPU. I don't think that goes that way. I think it goes the other way. We're struggling right now, you guys. We're struggling. The only reason I know it goes this way is these things were blocking one of the RAM slots. So RAM tests are okay. GPU is running okay with Firmark, you're saying. Have you tried doing like a DDU uninstall on your GPU driver and reinstalling the driver, or installing a different driver just to see if that does anything? fresh OS? You mean a fresh driver? Did you reinstall your operating system? Yeah. I was just curious what a fresh Windows install had to do with. I didn't realize you had done a fresh Windows install. Yeah, you don't have anything set up that's like limiting your FPS. Like, because CS does not show you your FPS if I remember right. You don't have anything like artificially limiting your FPS in game or anything like that? And you're not experiencing any like packet loss or latency stuff either? Yeah, I mean, it is possible that it's your internet. If like everything else is working properly, and you're getting high FPS, it does seem likely that the next logical step would be that something's going on with your internet. Right, Texco, you thinking about pub stomping? That's right. Get your head in the game. Oh, is that why I'm messing up so much? Is the 5070 a good GPU for its price? Now that it's back to like MSRP, or at least several models are back at like MSRP, yes. When you couldn't find them for less than like $700, no. But now that you can get one for $550 or lower sometimes, it's a pretty solid deal. Stop vibrating, phone. Leave me alone. We know my case coming tomorrow. Second ever build. 9800X3D and a 5070 Ti. Let's go. The Lee V100. Oh, I just saw that today. I was like, ooh, that's a cool looking case. And it's pretty reasonably priced. Was it like 80 bucks or something like that? The 9800X3D is the best gaming CPU on the market right now, in my opinion. I don't know if that's even controversial at this point, but that is definitely my opinion. Got some trace routing problems, but before was super good, so that's why I don't know now. Yeah, it's hard to say. Like, you've done all the right things, right? Like you've kind of gone down the rabbit hole already with your system. And if everything else is working, like, do you have any offline games that you can play just to like see if you can replicate that at all? Like ones that don't require an internet connection? Come on. There we go. Boom. Okay, that's all connected up. I'll leave that disconnected for now until we get it in the case. And speaking of the case, it's time to get our case out here. V100 is awesome case, comes with 4 fans. Yeah, that's one thing that Lee, it's very interesting how, oh shoot, we're okay. In their like really nice cases, they don't give you any fans. But then in their like more budget-friendly cases, they give you really nice fans, and I don't get it. I don't get why they do that. Oh my gosh, that's tight. Thumb screw my ass. The graphics on my computer look really bad when I'm in any game for some reason. There's jagged edges, just like flickering and shimmering. Ooh. Yeah, if you've reinstalled your driver and stuff, like that sounds like you have like actual issues on the GPU itself. The only other thing I can think of that can cause some weird issues, and I don't know that it would be those, is if your cable, like your cable to your monitor, is not good enough quality for the monitor you're using. Like you can get flickering and black screens and stuff. But other than that, it kind of sounds like a GPU issue, like an actual hardware issue. What's your guide on installing new BIOS? Well, you can install defaults. I don't. I just go straight to, like I put the BIOS on a flash drive, go into the BIOS and install it. I don't do anything other than that. And then obviously go back in and reset it back up. But you shouldn't need to do anything because when you install the new BIOS, it is automatically going to set everything to default. So you shouldn't have any need to do that. Yeah, if it's a newer GPU, you can RMA it and get it replaced for free. Or, well, you'll have to pay to ship it, but they should replace it or fix it for you. A 3060 Ti, that might be out of warranty at this point, depending on when you bought it. But you should definitely look, like check online and see what their warranty period is and see if you meet it. Big Poppy, what's up? Bro, can you just like stay in there? There we go. There we go. Now we're talking. Okay, bend that out of the way. Let's get our motherboard in here. Get all this stuff out of the way so it doesn't get caught behind anything. Why? Why is it missing a stud? PC gods are telling you it's time for an upgrade. I don't know if I would say that. We've got extra standoffs for the motherboard. I don't know why they wouldn't just install them, because they clearly have it in an ATX format. Ryzen 7 7800 8-core processor options? What do you mean? Like you just specified a specific processor. What do you mean options? The 9070 is worlds better than what you have, to be honest. Like the 9070, you're gonna have good frame rates on any game at 1440p, versus the 3060 Ti is really only for 1080. Like you can kind of get away with 1440p on some lighter games these days, but it's not great for 1440p. It doesn't have enough VRAM and processing capability to be good at 1440. What up, Square? How we doing? Quit getting caught up there. Okay, nothing stuck underneath stuff. All right. Nothing to hold that in place, so we'll have to go one by one. Nice and gentle like. 5070 Ti is a great GPU. Personally, I would take the 9070 XT over the 5070 Ti, but the 5070 Ti is still really good. And again, now that GPU prices are back down to roughly MSRP, the 5070 Ti is much more, much better price to performance than it was even just recently. I mean, what are you running your RAM at? Like, are you running it at just like the rated speed, or do you have it tuned with like tighter timings and stuff? What up, Mgababa? I don't know how to pronounce your name, I'm sorry. I'm sure I butchered that. So crap at anything to do with computers, you're useless. Well, personally, if you're having those problems and you've like tried reinstalling the GPU, I would just like fill out the RMA form with Nvidia or the AIB partner, whatever model GPU it is, and see if you can RMA it. It's likely too old. So you use 6,000, you have it set to 6,000 with like just the expo timings. I mean, I wouldn't think that's a problem. Every single AMD CPU I've used is at either 6,000 or 6,400, and I've never had problems with it unless the RAM itself was bad. How to find a PC building professional somewhere close to you. Usually they'll give you good free advice on Upgrade Pass. Exactly. Or you can DM me too if you want to like send me your parts list, and I can help you out. Okay. Motherboard installed. Let's get this thing stood on its feet and we'll keep moving along. MSI B850 Pro board, 750 watt power supply. What GPU do you have again? I forgot. You subbed? Hey, thank you, CJ. It didn't show up on my activity feed yet for some reason, but I appreciate that. Is it advisable to upgrade gaming PC to 64 instead of 32? I mean, nothing bad will happen, for sure. If all you're doing is gaming on it, do you need 64 gigs of RAM? No. But it never hurts to be more prepared for the future, you know? Yeah, type in !Discord and you can join the Discord and ask me some questions in there. There's a channel called PC Build Questions that you can ask. 4060. Oh yeah, okay. You're good with 750 watt. Yeah, I don't see any problems with those specs either. Okay. Let's plug in this stuff we got down here. We've got HD audio. Always first, always best. Right down here at the bottom left. And we've got a USB 2. This is a very budget-friendly case and budget-friendly system in general, so yes, it does have a USB 2. Don't see them that often anymore, but they do exist. All right, but we do have a USB 3 as well, which is nice. It's gonna be somewhere up there. Oh, look at that. Right where I guessed. Okay. And then these guys are gonna run out along here. Kind of stuff that to the back for now, so we can clean it up. Clean that up later when we get more stuff figured out, but that's kind of the general direction where we're gonna put that. All right, for this little screen that goes on there, we'll do the same thing. Just keep that same path. Try and keep it looking clean. I'm gonna run that underneath this guy here. Run it to the back, like so. Run it down to the bottom. And then out here. And into our USB 2.0 port. Just like that. Okay, let's undo this. Nothing happened. Oh, crap. Can someone... Is anyone able to go over to the YouTube horizontal stream and type in !Discord to see if it's working there? That would be mighty helpful. Okay. Okay, I can copy that over Mean Dean. Boom. I thought Botrix was working over on the vertical, but apparently I'm wrong. Okay, it's got all this stuff. I'm gonna run this guy over and just connect it in. With the RGB header we already have connected. It's gonna go right to this guy. Okay, don't know where the end for this guy went, so we'll just swap it on over to this. Wow. It's a little small. There we go. Oh, that's definitely not coming off. At least not on its own. Okay, so got that connected in. I'm gonna run our front panel connectors here. Got power switch, power LED, HDD LED. Why is my brain going numb right now? HDD LED goes there. Power LED goes there. This is what happens when I take a week off, you guys. Forgot where these things went. There we go, we're good. Okay, that stuff is all plugged in and ready to go. Let's get our power cables in here and then we can start tightening that back down. 32 gigs of RAM, do game playing as well as stream at the same time. Depending on the game, yes. I would say you're probably going to be pushing the limit of that 32 gigs, depending on what game you play and depending on how much like stuff you have running while you stream. So if you're gaming and streaming at the same time, 48 gigs if you're doing DDR5 or 64 gigs is definitely a good option. Hey, you're welcome, TJ. Who am I building this one for? Just a customer online that ordered it. Their name is Sky. I'm not gonna give you their full name, but yeah. Someone bought it directly off the website, and now we're building it. What up, TD? How we doing? You think PCIe 5.1 will stay for next Nvidia Gen GPUs? Probably. I mean, they're coming out with the like super versions supposedly like at the end of this year. Those are definitely still going to be Gen 5. I just don't see motherboards being ready for a newer generation of PCIe anytime soon. They're already like starting to run short on lanes, and so going to trying to add more bandwidth for the GPU, I just don't see being possible right now. Looks a lot like your build. Hey, let's go. Yo, Optimus, thank you for the rose. Appreciate that. What up, MJ? Building your PC in the next 2 days. Let's go. What do you got in your system? Or what do you got planned for your system? Okay. CPU power through here. That guy through there too. All right. Start tightening some of these things down. Cleaning up the cable management just a little bit to start. Okay. Okay, got that locked down. Get these cables going. What specs of gaming PC can $2,000 build? You need one? Probably you can get like a 50, like if you're having someone build it for you, like for me, that would probably be like a 5070 maybe with like a Ryzen 7 9700X, if I had to guess off the top of my head. But if you want a like clear quote grammar, go to redneckengineer.com. It's spelled exactly like my name is spelled on here, REDNEK engineer.com. You can check out the pre-built options that I have available, or you can fill out the custom build form, and then I will provide you with a quote based on how you fill out your custom build form. And that is probably the best way to go about it if you're not sure what you can get or what you need in your system, you know. Okay, got that going. Let's do a couple on the front as well. Just clean that up a little bit. Okay. Get that cleaned up a little bit. That's starting to come together. How's the truck doing? I sold the truck, Toxic. When I bought an old Honda CR-V off my dad because I wanted better gas mileage, and then my wife told me, one, she didn't want 3 cars in our on our property. I was like, okay, that's fair. And then she said, well, if you want to buy those, that new set of golf irons you have been looking at, then you got to sell the truck. And I was like, you know what? Deal. So we sold it. 9060 XT, is it good? Is it the 8GB version or the 16? I did sell the truck, MJ. I did. I know, it was a sad day for me, I'm not gonna lie. I was not happy about having to sell it, to be honest, but I think it was the right thing for us to do financially. Okay, got that kind of sorted out there a little bit. Let's get our motherboard power going. 16 gig? Oh, that's a great one, M5. It's a great budget-friendly GPU that is very capable. Okay, got our motherboard power in there. And we're going to zip tie or cable tie that down. Yo, thank you for the 2 roses, dude. Did I make a profit? If you factor in all of like the repairs and stuff that I've done on it, and all the like little upgrades I did on it over the last couple years, I would say I about broke even. I did sell it for like 1,000 more than I bought it for, but I did a good bit of work on it. So in the grand scheme of things, I probably broke even on it. So basically, you know, I rented a truck for 3 years for free. That's how I like to think about it. Makes me feel better about having to sell it. No, I am in the US. I'm from Idaho. Can I ask a question? I built a new PC, but it won't boot and it's stuck on the DRAM debug light. Well, it could be that you have a piece of RAM, a stick of RAM that's dead. Like dead on arrival is not unheard of. It does happen. It's happened to me. It could be sometimes like some motherboards are just a little finicky on the first time, like before you ever boot them. So you could try booting it with just a single stick of RAM and seeing if it's happy with that. If you can get it to boot with a single stick of RAM, you know, go through, update your BIOS and stuff, and then maybe even install Windows and update your what's it called? Your chipset driver and stuff, and all the motherboard drivers, and then turn it off, stick the other stick back in, and see what it does. And it could just be that you have a dead stick of RAM. It's also possible that you have a bad motherboard slot. That is also something that I've run into, even with brand new motherboards. So you might want to see if that's the case as well. Look how nice and clean that's looking, you guys. It's looking so spicy. I don't think I wrapped around that. Okay, so we can take our SATA power here. There are quite a few different scenarios that can have a DRAM debug. There's some really good YouTube troubleshooting videos on that subject. Yeah, it probably is. Truck for 3 years is about 10K in value right there. Exactly. Exactly. We're on the same page, Joker. I got to drive a sweet classic truck for 3 years for free. You know? You can't be upset about that, all right? Let's see. You just can't. What up, Hatfield? How you doing, dude? Need a workstation for videography. You got a 265K, 5070 Ti, 64 gigs DDR5. Oh, that's awesome, dude. That'll be a great build. Sorry, I missed your reply for like 10 minutes probably. That is my bad. Hopefully you're still in here. Yeah, that'll be a great workstation, dude. Okay, we're gonna do that. Do I want to use that one? Let's use one of the little. Oh, those are the only ones. Okay, let's use a zip tie for this. Okay. Hopefully the last zip tie we have to use in this build. We've got GPU in there. Let's get our motherboard power connected in. What's the best way to do this? little tight. Oh. Do I need to move that? I think I do. Boo. All right, fun time. So this little hard drive cage is in the way. And in order to get it out of the way, we gotta do something a little fun here. We're just gonna kinda precariously lay that down on its side. Left hand, not so great there. I used to be pretty ambidextrous. I don't think that's true anymore. Okay, so got that. Now, I can take this little guy, slide her forward, shift it over. I think one corner didn't make it. There we go. There we go. Okay. So I just shifted this over to the further slot so that the power supply has room. Now we're good. Now I just gotta put that back. And yes, I am very much holding this case up so that it doesn't fall on me. Okay, there we go. Now we should have enough room for our power supply to fit in here. It is a little bit squished with those cables, but not too bad, so we'll be okay. Once we get it in there, those cables won't matter. Okay, just like that. Let's bolt our power supply in. Enjoyed it for a couple of years and broke even, win-win. Exactly. I am really enjoying getting like 20 plus miles per gallon though in the CRV. And it's a stick still, so I get to have a little bit of fun driving it, even though it's not fast. Starting a PC repair and custom build business. Love your page. Hey, thank you. Appreciate you coming in. And then what's your business name gonna be? Or do you have that figured out yet? Okay. Shouldn't need that. Okay, I lied. We are gonna use a couple more zip ties here. Well, maybe just one more. Just pull all this stuff together, make it look nice. Very nice. There's one more right there. Okay. Oh, that got unplugged somehow. Okay. And then GPU power. I think we can definitely fit it down here. Stick it through this little slot there, because we got a nice little short GPU. So we're gonna just pull this through there. And then it's GPU time. I'm gonna clip this last zip ties I put in. Okay, GPU time. Let's do it. MPC repairs and builds. Nice. Yo, what up, Panda? How we doing? Sorry. I'm like 6 things, but please, no. Do you know how to fix BitLocker? Like you got locked out of your BitLocker? Selling my PC and monitor for 600 has a 1660 Super B350 DDR4 RAM. 1660 Super and a 9th gen processor. You could probably get $500-600 out of that, I think. As long as it's working and everything. Okay. Drinking caffeine and reviewing that bill message. Hey, let's go. Yeah, let me know if you have any questions. All right, down a slot. We needed 2 slots. It's the old school style where you break them off. So make sure you break off the right ones. Okay, let's open that slot up. Get our cute little 5060 in here. Okay, that is nice and seated. We have a couple of bolts. Not just any bolts, the correct bolts. These are the same bolts that you use on your power supply. Okay, got that. Put this guy back on. What's your least favorite part of building the PC? Probably putting all the software on afterwards. And by software, I mean like, you know, updating the BIOS, installing Windows. I also, so I update the BIOS, I install Windows, I update every driver. I, you know, stress test it, all that good stuff. So I do a little bit more probably than the average PC builder does. Especially like not the big building companies. But I think that's one of those things that just, you know, sets me apart from the cheapo giant companies. And then, you know, they don't tell you that you need to do all those things. And then people are like, why does my PC not run very well? Like, well, it wasn't set up properly. You know, I set up the BIOS, set up Expo or XMP on the RAM. You know, set fan curves if the PC sounds a little loud. All that good stuff. All right, what's my score here on the cable management, folks? What do we think? Tell Panda I love his egg roll. Oh, it's a different Panda. This is Pineapple Panda. Why isn't that scrolling for me? Okay, maybe I don't need to. What's the best way to get a hold of you? I thought I sent you an email. It may not have gone through. Oh, really? JP, type in ! Discord and shoot me a message in my Discord, and I can make sure we get the proper emails and stuff. Or we can just chat on Discord too. That's fine. 10 out of 10. Love the cable management. Thank you. Thank you. What about on the horizontal stream? What do you guys think? How do you guys feel about that? Oh, you're selling a monitor with it too? I'm guessing the monitor isn't worth much. Maybe 600 is about right. I would look at what similar, yeah, look at what similar computers are doing in your area too. Yeah, you might be able to get a little bit more for it separately, to be honest, if you sell those two things separately. Building my first PC, but when I turn it on, the fans weren't spinning. So it depends. If it's your like case fans, they are usually, here, let me come over here for a second. So your case fans are typically going to be plugged into one of these. So they're little things, they say sys fan or like CPU fan on them. They're 4 pins with a little like a little poka-yoke plastic piece on them to keep you, like you can only install the connector one way. If you don't have those, if the fans have like a SATA power cable, so like these ones with the case came with like a SATA power cable, which is a big flat connector, or maybe they have like 4 round connectors or 4 round pins on it. That's a Molex cable that you have to plug into it. So it's likely that you either didn't plug it into your motherboard or you have to plug it into something from your power supply. I enjoy arguing with my PC more than I like hardware. Same thing for you, Em? Yeah, for sure. You think Hags off was the problem? I mean, there were some posts where they say, oh yeah, you definitely don't want hardware accelerated graphics on. Or sorry, you want it on. My bad. I read that wrong. What up? How we doing, Alicia? I say 90% of people are not looking for the monitor with it. That I would agree. $500 for a low-tier DIY gaming PC is enough. If you find some like key parts used, $500 for a gaming PC would be pretty solid. You could get yourself a good gaming PC for that. Or you might even just buy a whole PC used, and then you could just upgrade it over time. Look for the pictures in your motherboard manual. It will be labeled fan header, CPU fan header. Yeah, exactly. 8.5 says Born. Love that. Vamp said she loved her PC that you built her. Oh, thank you. Yeah, Vamp has a sick PC. Yeah, we can totally do that, JP. Yeah, join my Discord, and you might even be able to just directly DM me through my Discord. Like it'll show like that I'm the admin in there, and you could just DM me directly, or you can put it in like the PC build questions area, and then we'll take it to DMs. Okay. Let's do this. I'm still missing my power cable. I let a customer borrow it, and while he was ordering a new one, I need to text him and say, hey, bring my power cable back. So we'll just have to plug this one in. So, great scores on my cable management is what I got out of that. I don't know what's going on with my voice right now, you guys. Like something in my throat. Okay. Great scores. Love that. Let's put the back plate on here. There we go. Okay, so who's ready to see this baby turn on for the first time? I want to see your favorite emoji in the chat right now. A 10 would be custom cables. I can deal with that. I can deal with that, Joker. What up, Anthony? How we doing? If you just, Jay Purdue, if you just click on that Discord link, it'll jump you. Like if you're on your phone, it'll jump you in the Discord app to, or it'll jump you in your phone to the Discord app and ask you to accept the invite. There's a Botrix message right there, right below your message. I can see it on my side. There's Botrix with a Discord link. Love that, Mean Dean. Oh yeah, maybe it's the app being funky. Excuse me. Joker, love it. Got the fire and the heart emojis. All right. Should we dim the lights a little bit? Set the mood. Set the mood. All right, as a reminder, in this build, we have an Intel i5 14400F. We got an RTX 5060. Got a 1 terabyte SSD Gen 4, 32 gigs of DDR5. We've got the MSI Pro Z790 motherboard. We upgraded it from the B760. We've got a Thermalright RGB digital with a display built in. RGB fans all around. 650 watt power supply from ASRock. And the Azza Fighter ATX case. First ever power on. Here we go. Ooh, it's so spicy. Why is it spicy? There we go. Now everything should be getting controlled by the motherboard. DRAM light on, DRAM lights back off, VGA lights on, and now, boot. There it is. Shit. What are we doing here, computer? What are we doing over here? Just a couple of quick reboots. You gonna stay booted this time? Okay, just doing a little RAM training. Everything's fine. I wasn't nervous. You guys were nervous. End cost on this Toxic. With shipping included, it's around $1,200 within the US. Everything's totally fine, you guys. Perfectly planned. It was just born, it has to figure itself out. Exactly. Why are you guys freaking out? Chill out. Yeah, it's really not bad. I mean, I definitely make a little bit of money on it, obviously. I have to charge shipping costs. I have to charge credit card fee, you know, because I don't want to lose money on it. But especially if you guys use one of our partnered creator codes, I make like, if you guys use a partnered creator code, I make like $80 on this PC. That's it. It's not a lot. So this is basically charity, all right? You're basically getting this for the cost of the system plus having it shipped to you if you buy it with a creator code. So think about it. RedneckEngineer.com. Intel Gamer PC. There's also an AMD Gamer PC. It looks exactly the same, but with an AMD CPU. Maybe you like AMD better than Intel. It's an option. You barely make money on that, but I know you love building. Oh, I love building PCs. Yeah. If I only cared about making a ton of money on this, I would not be building these PCs. Because unless I'm making like 100 of them, I'm not making a lot of money. That's all I make on a build, next to nothing. Joker, are you even selling computers? Purdue, is it still not working for you? I don't think Botrix works on Twitch, by the way. Hold on, let me see if I can do something for you. Stay on Twitch, Purdue. Oh, Botrix does work. I don't know why you weren't seeing the ones on Kick. That's funky. I don't know why, but as long as you got it, you got it. Still trying to sell the second one? So you're really not making money on that one. Yeah, Kick has been having some issues. I mean, for a while, but yeah, that's okay. Any other questions, thoughts, harsh criticisms, comments? Let's hear it. Otherwise, we are basically done with this build stream. And I was able to string this out for an hour. That's pretty impressive if I do say so myself. Because I could build this in 30 minutes. Easy. That's why I always have to stop and talk to you guys, especially on these sort of builds, because otherwise we'd be in and out in under an hour and nobody would even figure out that there was a stream going on. Remodeling my room so I'll have a nice place to take pictures. That's a big part of it. That does make a big difference. Will it push 200 frames FPS on 1440p? This one? Definitely not. Maybe in CS. Because CS is easy to get 200 frames. But in like Call of Duty, this is a 1080p gaming machine for sure. You can play some games at 1440 on it. Like, you definitely can. But I would say in general, this is designed for 1080p gaming. Going once, going twice. You're on 3060 Ti and only get 95 to 105 on 1440? Yeah, that sounds about right. Going once, going twice. Shall we end the stream? Why is my phone beeping? Alrighty, I think that's it for today. This is a lovely, lovely little build. Toxic, thank you so much for coming in. MM, appreciate you. Good luck with your business. Born, everyone else chatting. There were so many chatters on YouTube. I can't call you guys all out. You're all amazing. Good work. Thank you, Jay Purdue. All right, y'all. Thank you all so much for hanging out. I appreciate it. You guys make this way more fun than me building it silently while watching Netflix. So yeah, appreciate you guys hopping in. Thank you guys, a few of you guys that gifted, and we'll see you on the next one. Hopefully we'll have some cool videos out for you soon. We're gonna be storyboarding my next long form video on Thursday. So hopefully that'll be coming out here pretty soon. All right, see you on the next one. Goodbye, 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 goodbye. Goodbye, goodbye, goodbye.